Okay, hello, youtube.com. Welcome back, viewers, to Drawing with Ryan, episode 3. That's right, this is the third installment. In this one, we draw a landscape which is a little bit different from what I'm used to. I do want to try and find different ways of mixing and matching it up, this series. And yeah, here we go. Starting off with a car on fire. Yeah. Life has been very exciting for me, ladies and gentlemen, recently. I've been doing open mics, a lot of open mics as a musician, and also I've started this series, and that's been exciting as well. And I've been getting people saying, "Hey, I like it," so I'll continue with it. I'm going to try and make it a weekly series. Now, this is something I want to talk about. I like to be serious as well as having some humour on this series. And basically what I wanted to bring up was, as I mentioned, although life has been exciting and I've been doing things comes with becoming susceptible to failure. So as you're going out into the world, as you're putting yourself out there, you're seeing what you're made of. You're seeing your strengths, your weaknesses, and you're making mistakes. And sometimes you're making mistakes in front of people. And that can be a very hard thing to deal with if you don't have the right tools, if you haven't developed those tools yet. But I guess that's the road to maturity and wisdom, is by not being afraid to go out and do stuff, making a huge fool of yourself, do that, and then learn from it, and then grow. I guess that's how it works. And I've been having those experiences, but I'm very, very, very hard on myself when I make mistakes. I become very ashamed of myself. I become so ashamed that I almost become paralyzed in this shame, and my body tenses up, and I don't want to exist for this moment. It's a horrible feeling. I don't know why I feel that way, but it's a feeling that happens, and hopefully one day I'll conquer it as I make more mistakes. Maybe one day you just cease to care. Who knows? Yeah, comment down below if you relate to that. That's a little relatable little tidbit there. Yeah, so that's something. This cowboy robot guy we've got here is a character I've been drawing for a couple of years now. I think I'd like to make a comic book about him. Yeah, I mentioned last episode that I was going to watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit. If you don't know what that is, it's a half animated, half live action movie. And I did watch it in sittings, in a couple of sittings. My review of that film is, I thought it was very unique. And I thought the theme, how it was like this mysterious kind of gangster world, but it had all these loony characters in it, these cartoon characters, It's like set in like the 50s or something, like a noir. It's kind of like a noir, but there's all these cartoon characters in it. So it's quite unique. And Christopher Lloyd is in it. He's the guy who played Doc Brown in Back to the Future. His character is the best character in that film. He's so cool. He's like such a cartoony evil guy, and it just works so much. He wears these glasses, and the way they shoot it, is like the light will be shining on his glasses, and he'll have these round spectacles that are just like silver, like what you see in comic books and that. But yeah, the last bit of that film is absolutely crazy. If you haven't seen it, be prepared for that last bit. I can't believe what I was watching. But yeah. On another note, this series has been sort of making me think, where am I as an artist? You know, I could certainly be better. And I think that this series will probably challenge me to become more skilled at my drawings, as I'm wanting to branch out and try different mediums and step out my comfort zone, and maybe you guys can come along the journey and see me improve. If you've seen the first episode of this series, you can definitely see the drawings are a lot better than on that one. That was a pretty bad drawing. But I guess there's also, I believe in, as an artist, or just as a general life lesson, really, is you should get good at being bad, you know, which relates to what I was talking about earlier about being susceptible to failure. Get good at being terrible, at falling flat on your face, you know, drawing bad, making bad, horrible, horrific drawings. And it's still of value, you know, I believe. Bad drawings. This video is in praise of bad art. Make bad art. Don't be afraid to make bad art, because they say that writer's block is when you're sitting there trying to make a masterpiece. You want to write, you know, what's that book? Peace and War. War and Peace and whatever it's called. You want to write John Steinbeck novel straight away. You want to write Star Wars. But you're not necessarily going to. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, it's yours, you know? It's like when you look back at the drawings you did as a kid, you don't say, oh, that's horrible. You say, oh, look, this is what I was doing, this is what I was into when I was that age. You know, so that's a thought that kind of brings me back to a sort of grounded appreciation of the reason why I do art in the first place. Because it gives a sense of freedom, really. Regardless of how much neuroticism comes with being an artist. And there certainly is a lot of neuroticism that I have to deal with. And it's about being aware of the inner voices and identifying with the right ones. You know, you got to identify with the nice voices. Because you're always going to get those bad voices. It's just whether you choose to fall for them, you know. Choose to take it to heart. When it's just noise rattling around your head, you know. Noise that was probably once outside, right? From somebody else, maybe. So as you can see here, I'm kind of drawing, I don't know what this is really. I like to sort of make decorative borders around my art and have just different shapes and sort of symbols and just kind of abstract, you know. Again, there is no sense to this drawing. I was listening to music, and as I often do, I think music drawing art while listening to music brings a quality about the art, a kind of dreamy-like quality to it, I believe, and that's what I'm trying to... What's the word? Catch. You know, like when you got a fishing line and you're trying to reel it in, yeah. That's what I'm trying to reel in here. Is drawing without thinking, you know. Just letting it be. Just letting it roll. Here we are drawing canyons in the background. I love deserts and desert mountains and cactuses and cacti and all that. Sorry, I almost said cactuses, which is incorrect. It's cacti. Yeah, I like how I drew this background actually. But yeah, life has been exciting for me. I've been just getting opportunities, and randomly I've been getting very nice compliments about my art and my music from random sources, you know, from different sources, and I just kind of came out of the blue, you know. It was like perhaps the universe said, okay, Ryan, you're now in alignment with your true heart and your intentions, and you've had your heart broken. Now it's time for the world to look at you, and it's time for that to happen, you know. It's almost if it's just time, you know, for people to say, hey, I like what you're doing. And yeah, so that was quite cool. I had been so beaten, you know, as I came into the real world, you know, found out about the world, the real world, you know. Yeah, I think this series may be a recording of Ryan's descent into madness. I've had this fear for a while of what if I'm an insane man, and I think maybe we'll see that in this series. Maybe this is what this series is. It's my descent into madness. Could be. The video's coming to an end now. Yeah, don't forget, the music you're listening to here is my Spotify. You can check that out, Ryan Deakin. Search for that on Spotify. And yeah, check out my Facebook page also, Ryan Deakin. I post live videos there too. Yeah, good stuff. Hope you like this one. I quite liked it. I thought there was some good content happening here. Yeah, if you do like this video, please share it. Don't be afraid to share it. And yeah, share it with somebody who you think will like it. And thanks for watching. Please keep tuned. Stay tuned for more releases coming. I do one of these every week and I release it every Tuesday. Drawing with Ryan. This has been episode 3. We drew a cowboy in a desert with his car on fire. And now we're saying goodbye.